we're going to do a dream address tour of my island, Echo Creek, which I made for the Falling for the Hemispheres Challenge. Um, so this is the flag that my husband made me, and I chose Halloween for the challenge. Pat makes all my flags, so he made this one. The flag will make sense in a minute when I explain the story. Let's check the community board. Happy Fall Crossing crew. Everyone had to write that on their board. This island does have all the builds that it was supposed to have. Unfortunately, I ran out of time, so I didn't get to do the insides of the villagers' houses or my house. But you had to have a haunted house, so I kind of did the haunted house on the outside. I just didn't have time to do it on the inside. Now let's look at the map and talk about it. So there's me, Stacy, Hazel, Coco, Poppy, Marshall, Bob. Bob really grew on me. Hans, Al, Cherry, Shino, and Anka. And I'll leave the dream address on the screen for a moment if you would like to come over and visit it. We're going to start from left to right, I do believe, and look at the island and talk about it. So I'll leave that up there for a minute, so if you want to get it, you can. And I'll also probably do this in the thumbnail. So we're going to move on. So we're going to go from this side, I think, to the other. That's the way we should do it. I have the urge to pick everything up, and you can't. So this is Al. He lives over here by Hans. He and Hans are desperately searching for Hans's children, Poppy and Marshall, who ran off to find their mother Hazel, who ran off to be in Bob's Haunted Carnival. So what I'm saying is that Al lives here and helps Hans with the pumpkin patch. You had to have a pumpkin patch for a build. So this is back here, Hans's pumpkin patch. There's my carving stations. They had to have a pumpkin patch and carving stations for builds, and they're there. Hans is in charge of the pumpkin patch. His kids have ran off to find their mother, who ran off with Bob to be in his haunted carnival. And Hazel is their mother. And we'll get to that section here in a little bit. We'll go back around the other way. This is where I put Abel's. And I use wedding benches and vines. These codes I'll link in the description of this video. And I'm going to go back through and correct descriptions so you can see what all codes I had. These were super cute codes. I picked these off of Pinterest and I loved them. So I will link them, so if you like them too, you can use them maybe next year, or if you're currently doing fall. I know some people do it for a long time. This is my Western style stone that I had to have. Over here is just like a little bit of an orchard, and that's to the other side of town. That's me, so weird to see. Let's keep moving. It's so weird to see yourself. It's kind of strange. So that's Al and Hans. They're over at the pumpkin patch, and he helps Hans, and he's helping Hans search for his children. This is my house, and like I said, it's supposed to be haunted. I left some weeds out, some vines. Back here is resident services. It's kind of haunted and spooky too. I wonder what's in the storage shed. Let's keep going. So over here is Poppy and Marshall, and she was helping her dad with the business a little bit, growing pumpkins and trying to do her thing. And Marshall said, nope, I don't want to do this. I want to go find Mom, which is Hazel, so they ran off. He's got a little place back here. He helps with the business too, his dad with the pumpkin patch. But they ran off now to find their mother. So let's go this way. We put Nook's Cranny back here. And this is the campsite back here. Little floating radio. So that's the campsite and the covered wagon. Covered wagon is one of my favorite items. And I set them a little booth up back here. They probably put things in it during the season. The gummy bears and the candy. This was my favorite thing on the whole island. I didn't run it on the other side, but I ran it on this side for a reason. We'll talk about it in a minute. This is Shino, and she is the haunted wedding planner. So she's back here with her ropey bridge and her gazebo and all this cute stuff back here. And the villagers' yards all had to be decorated for trick or treat, so they are. So that's part of our yard. It's decorated. So we're gonna move on now. That's Shino. She's kind of a haunted wedding planner. We're gonna follow the trail. Now pay attention. And maybe they were camping over here before they found the other side of the island. Little kid's tent there, you never know. Let's go back around and go head for the bridge. Look on the other side now. Now this gummy bear trail, it leads somewhere. So we're gonna go back this way. It's kind of retracing our steps, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. We gotta go this way to get to the other side. We're gonna go across the bridge now, and I'm gonna show you what's over here. And this was a super fun story to build. There's Marshall. Haha, you got over here, didn't you? Love Marshall. Heard my heart to have to delete this island and get rid of. This is Cherry, and she lives on this other side of the island. And she has a little candy shop back here. Same kind of codes. Her yard is decorated for trick or treat also. I think I got them all. So I was really proud of myself. So moving on, she has like a little candy shop. Up here is the culprit. This is Bob. This is his elephant and his haunted carnival back here. This is Hazel. She moved over here and ran off to be with Bob and his haunted carnival back here. So just a little haunted carnival in the back. And then down here is Anka. And if you follow this gummy bear trail, this is supposed to be an abandoned, cursed town that she lives in. Follow the gummy bear trail. Follow, 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 follow. They're kids, so they're following the gummy bears. They think they're going to get something good. They see Carnival back here. They got to go, this is my hedge maze that I built for the island. And Anka is in there. And she napped them. So she napped Marshall and Poppy. And that's why Hans and Al are looking for them. And we can go in and speak to her. Now, I didn't get the insides of the houses done, but we can speak to the villagers. I don't think that would hurt anything. Actually, we didn't even need to redo her house. It's perfect. Welcome to Chaz Anka. Let's just call it my dream home, shall we? So, the lore of this island was supposed to be loosely based on Hansel and Gretel. So the kids, instead of following the bread, like the breadcrumb trail, is follow the gummy bear trail over here. And Anka is the witch that cursed the island on this side. And she's controlling Bob and them. And she napped him. And she's keeping him. Floating candles. I got floating lanterns. They let me do the lanterns. I think they're on this other side, which we can go back around and take a little more in-depth look. This was a super fun island to build for Halloween. I love Hans. Let's talk to him. Have we met? Groovy, I'm sure. Welcome to the fabulous Echo Creek Dreamer. I love Hans, and he will be on the Misfit Joy Island too. But you can't guess what he's going to be over there. Let's take a more in-depth look around and talk about it. There's Marshall. Let's talk to him. He's all over the island today, isn't he? Hey, can you tell me what I'm doing here? I was breakdancing a second ago, and now I'm here. That's funny. Now, Marshall must have escaped because he's over here now. Let's just take another look at it. Excuse me, sorry. Now, I did not get the beaches done. Like I said, this island I really wanted to do more with. The thing about it is, and I'm always honest, we left the weeds. I thought the weeds were a nice touch since it was supposed to be abandoned and haunted and cursed. I got over here and camped out. Big mistake. Um, I moved, and it was incredibly difficult to kind of keep up with it. All the builds, like I said, are here. Um, I just didn't get a chance to do the insides like I wanted. I really wanted to do the insides, but I didn't get a chance. So, anyway, this is Echo Creek in a nutshell, and that's the backstory. Uh, Marshall and Poppy ran off to find their mom, Hazel. They ran off from their dad, Hans, who owned the pumpkin patch. They ran off to find their mother, Hazel. She ran off to be with Bob and his haunted carnival. We can go in and talk to Al if we want to. Like I said, their houses aren't done, but we can talk to them. So let's talk to Al. We can talk to the villagers that we can see. Al was a super fun one for me to choose. Feel free to sleep wherever you get sleepy. That's what I usually do. See you later, Al. Actually, the houses are kind of perfect. Maybe he did that. I don't know, helping out with the pumpkin patch. So, super fun island to build. I love this path on the ground, this orange and black one. I do use this quite a bit almost every year. So I do use this. I will link all these in the description as I've said. I do like this orange and black one. A lot of people liked the orange and black one. Let's go talk about what else I used on the ground and things like that. Now that we've got that part of it done, let's go over here. I did like this one too, kind of like the broken up effect. I didn't upgrade Nook's Cranny. I did not because I wanted to um, keep it like that so it would look like, not much was going on in the town. We can go this way. Oh, I know what we're missing and we've got to talk about. But let's go back this way. I know this church seems like a hot mess. I'm sorry. But we're doing it. That's all that matters. I know what we missed. Let's go back over and get it. Misfit Joy will be, I'm hoping, a lot easier because I won't be moving and I'll have a lot more time. So it'll be, the insides of the houses will be done and things like that. Now, I couldn't win the prize. I just did it to have a good time, to kind of build the island. And it was super fun. Super fun. I know what we're missing. Let's go this way. We missed a little bit. That's okay. Over here. And we're going to go up here. And this is the museum. And we built this. There's our floating lanterns. And then up here is Coco's graveyard. And the graveyard was another build that we had to have. So this is Coco's graveyard. Now Coco's graveyard, I thought, come out really, really nice. I like this. And then over here, we built the museum in to be like a haunted church. And this is the haunted church and the haunted wedding that I built. So pretty cool. I was pretty satisfied with this. Again, I used the same broken up pattern on the ground and the gummy bears. I don't know. I just fell in love with this gummy bear pattern. I started using it everywhere. And I thought it was perfect to do it back here because you can kind of get an overview of the carnival too. So you might find a few Easter eggs when you visit Echo Creek. You might find a few things challenged from the challenges that we did here. You never know, you might find a toy duck or something like that. We did a turkey hunt on here and I hid toy ducks. So you never know, it might be a fun little island to visit just to see if you can find all the Easter eggs. But I think that pretty well wraps it up for Echo Creek. We are now still currently building on Shadyville. And we are still currently building on Misfit Joy, which is part of the Frosty Nights Challenge, which is the new one that I built. So be sure to check that out. And we're going to put this map back on the screen for just a second. And that's the DA if you want to visit Echo Creek. You are more than welcome to do so. Like I said, just a short little tour of Echo Creek just to show that we wrapped it up. We set the dream address and we deleted it. So join us for the new challenge now, the Frosty Nights challenge. But this was part of the Falling for the Hemispheres, and that one is done. If you would like to keep up with all the info on the challenges and the crew, be sure to join the Discord, and that information will be linked in the description down below. Also, I will, like I said, I'm going to get all of the codes typed in, and so that you can see what all codes from Pinterest I used in case you're interested in grabbing the gummy bears or the orange and black path or the broken up path or anything that I've used here or the candy apples on the booths or the stalls. So in case you're interested in using that, um, I will for sure link that all into the description. We're going to wrap it right up here on Bob's plot with Hazel. And I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one, crew. Thank you so much for being so supportive while I was building Echo Creek. And thank you so much for all the participants, and congratulations to all the winners of the Falling for the Hemispheres Challenge. And we hope that the Frosty Nights Challenge will be just as successful and people will enjoy it just as much. So check that out, and I'll link all the, like I said, everything in the description. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.